Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again. Yo, I appreciate y'all for clicking on this video. Follow all my socials, like, hit that bell, show your boy some love. I greatly appreciate you. So today I got this video. This was sent to me by a subscriber. So I ain't gonna talk too much. We're gonna get straight into this one.
The vast majority of our intelligence will be digital. This is, think of like the difference in intelligence between the cortex and your limbic system is gigantic. Your limbic system really has no comprehension of what the hell the cortex is doing. It's just literally hungry, or tired, or angry, or sexy, or something. And then that communicates that impulse to the cortex and tells the cortex to go satisfy that. Then a great deal of a massive amount of thinking, like a truly stupendous amount of thinking, has gone into sex without purpose, without procreation, which is actually quite a silly action in the absence of procreation. It's a bit silly.
Well,
so why are you doing it? Because it makes the limbic system happy. That's why.
That's why.
But it's pretty absurd, really.
Well, the whole of existence is pretty absurd in some kind of sense.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a lot of computation has gone into how can I do more of that?
I mean, that's facts. Your limbic system controls your emotions. How do you react to this situation? That's it. Okay? When you're hungry, when you see some cheeks, how do you respond to that? Thirsty, mad, sad, whatever. It's going to put the emotional response to satisfy the needs of the body. That's it. That's the only job. Okay? So this is why it's so important for us, all of us, to gain self-control. But to gain self-control, you have to gain self-knowledge. If you don't know these things about yourself, then how can you become a better person? How can you grow and be a better version of yourself? You can't. The hypothalamus gland, it responds to the commands of the limbic system. And then the hypothalamus gland is going to send that response down to your endocrine system. Your endocrine system is just the system of glands or your chakras. People say chakras are demonic. Get out of here. It's just your endocrine system. Your glands are associated with different sections of your body, and they secrete different hormones depending on the emotional response of your limbic system. You see how this all ties in? So it all trickles down. So depending on your life experience, right, that's how you're going to respond emotionally. If you scrolling on your phone and you looking at cheeks all the time and the first thing you do is want to go release, then that emotional response when you see a woman is going to be to bust a nut. Right? And this is why so many guys fall short or you might relapse, is because you have to reprogram your emotional response to things, because it's all muscle memory. And I'm sure all of y'all heard of that before. For example, if I play basketball, you in the gym, you shoot 1,000 jump shots each and every day, and then you practice that jump shot on a defender, someone defending you. What would you do in that situation? When you get into a game, it's going to be muscle memory. You're not going to have to think about your response. It's just going to happen because you program that into your psyche repeatedly to the point where it's automatic. It's the same thing with your life. What you do every single day and how you respond to certain things, that's going to get programmed into your limbic system. And then your limbic system is going to tell your body to satisfy this response. The best way it knows how, what you've been doing repeatedly. You feel what I'm saying? We got to gain knowledge of self. You got to rise above to a higher state of consciousness. And that's what Elon was talking about. Most people are slaves to themselves. They're slaves to their system. right? You're just trying to satisfy the needs and the urges of the body, and that's it, with no intentions. A lot of guys want sex with no intentions. You just want some cheeks. You just want to bust a nut, but you don't have no intentions to love that woman. You don't have no intentions to procreate or to create or manifest something with that woman. You just want to bust a nut and satisfy your limbic system, your emotions, because that's what your emotions are tied to, is that response. See, a lot of times our emotions are attached to traumatic experiences as well. So this is why sometimes people, you will see them, they eat a lot whenever they're stressed or they have anxiety. They just eat a bunch of junk food because that's an emotional response, right? That right there, they program themselves to do that so much that it's automatic. You have to reprogram yourself by gaining self-discipline. You got to switch up your routine, do things differently. And then over time, when you repeat that every single day, over and over and over again, you instill new habits. When you instill new habits, you change your emotional response. Okay? This is what it's all about. Emotions are just energy in motion. So what energy are you putting in motion when you're put in a certain situation? You feel what I'm saying? You know, this is why I tell you guys, I talk about chakras, because the chakras are just your glands. You know, from your testes all the way up to your hypothalamus, to your thyroid gland, your adrenal glands, they secrete hormones. And your hormones activate certain cells in your body to perform a duty. That's it. It's a chemical reaction. So what happens is, actually, when you secrete hormones, you're actually changing your state of being, your state of mind, your state of thinking. Your chakras, which is in your spiritual body, it communicates with the body through your glands or your hormones. Your hormones, depending on which one is being activated, changes your state of being. It changes how you think, how you look, how you move, how you feel. Okay, and this is happening all day, every day. This is why you got to make sure you keep yourself in balance, cleaning out yourself. Your hormones is what keeps your body in balance. So when you're out of balance, that means your hormones are either being overused or not being used enough. And this is all the chakras are, man. So I don't understand why people even say that's demonic. You know, that's whatever. Knowledge of self. People are afraid of things they don't understand. It's funny how your endocrine system has 7 glands from the brain all the way down to the testes, and your chakras, you have 7, and they're all mapped in the same locations. We're not even talking spirituality right now. We're just talking science. If you understand science, you understand the body, you will see this. Okay? So we need to learn to control our emotional response by changing our habits, changing the way we do things, learning how to be present and observe how we feel instead of just reacting like an animal. You're in your lower self. You ever heard the phrase, stop thinking with your D, stop thinking with the little head down there? It's a reason why people say that phrase, because it's real. Your level of consciousness is coming from that hormone, because that hormone is changing your state of mind chemically. Okay? So that's all it is, man. We got to start understanding science. We can't put ourselves in a box and think that everything is spooky and scary and evil. You got to understand things first before you judge them. All right? Understand. Be a scientist. Be an explorer. Be an observer. Get back to your childlike self. This is what this is all about, is having fresh eyes and not being judgmental, but just learning like a child, experiencing like a child, finding happiness and joy in everything that you do. When you think that you know everything, you stop growing. You put a box, you put a ceiling over your potential. You only know what you know with the level of consciousness that you have right now, and that's it. 10 years from now, you might look back at yourself and say, I was wrong, right? Because you're always learning and growing. So what you think you may know now, 10 years from now, you might feel like you're wrong. So get in the habit of learning yourself. Control this vehicle, okay? You're not gonna go out here and buy a car without doing your research first, without knowing the ins and outs of that car, its ability, what it can do. So why do you treat your body the same way? Why when people tell you to go within and learn yourself, all of a sudden it's demonic? But this is the vehicle that you pilot. Every single day you wake up with this body. You need to know how it acts. You need to know how to regulate it. You need to know how to work in harmony with this body instead of being afraid of it. And this is what this journey is all about, is you learning yourself, right? When you take on the journey of disciplining yourself and not releasing your seed, that's when the changes start. Now you're starting to redesign that emotional response your limbic system has on you when you see some cheeks, or when you see a woman, or when you get aroused. You change the way you respond to that, not busting a nut, but actually redirecting that energy towards better things. Having purpose, having intentions, instead of just doing something because you want to feel pleasure, you want to feel satisfied. And that's all Elon was saying. You feel me? So I just wanted to react to this video, give y'all my 2 cents. Y'all know how I do. But Retain Gang, it's your boy Tay. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'm out. Peace.